You know, I modified my dream a little bit. I changed it. I said, okay, do I really gonna get to what top 100 with the knee? You know, with the situation I'm in right now. You know, and I really asked myself, and I had a lot of time to think about it in the rehab. You know, 8-9 months rehab. You know, and yeah, and actually, then I decided to go for doubles and said I probably have a better shot at playing the Grand Slams, playing all the big tournaments, and really make a living from tennis.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Tennis World podcast. Today I have a chat with Andy Mies. Andy won Roland Garros in doubles and he was always very passionate and still very passionate about the game, and you can hear that. When he was younger, he was inspired by all the German pro players during an international event close to his home. Then he always wanted to become a great singles player himself, but he got some obstacles in his way, and now he will share with you his story about how he succeeded in the world and the tour of doubles. So enjoy this one and don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's dive into the episode. I think it's always very interesting to see what the upbringing of a player is combined with his success. Like, you are here today playing all the Grand Slams, but probably your upbringing and the story how you started with tennis is maybe one of the most important parts for like every player. Can you tell me how tennis started for you?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, we start from the bottom. No, I mean, I started actually tennis because of my older brother. I have two older brothers, one younger sister, and my oldest brother started playing tennis when he was 11. I was like 6 years old, and started a little club in a little town close to Cologne, you know, and he played with a friend, and then one day I wanted to come and watch them play, you know, and I saw it and I wanted to start as well, you know. And that's how I started tennis, because of my older brother, and then I really liked the sport, you know. I played all different kinds of sports, like soccer, you know, like everyone in Europe, you know, and some other sports, you know. But I always liked. I played soccer and tennis until I was like 12, both, and then I decided to go for tennis when I was 12. Yeah, and that's how I started, and then I wanted to keep practicing and practice more and more over time. You know, I told my parents when I was like 9 or 10, I want to start playing some tournaments. You know, not only training. You know, it's
and you
boring,
came up with that idea, like you were like, I want to play tournaments.
Yeah, because there was the club tournament. You know, when I was like 9, and I said, hey, that's fun. You know, to play competitive matches. You know, and then said to my parents, please let me play some other tournaments. You know, and they and they sent me there, and they supported me, and they drove me everywhere, you know. And I was playing tournaments, and I liked it. And then when I was 12, I focused on tennis and trained more and more, and then almost every day. And then when I was 18, I actually went to college, went to the US. I didn't become a pro right away, and I've studied in the US. I played college tennis for 4 years, and then became a pro when I was 22, turning 23. Yeah, that's my long story short.
Because I've read online that you like every year you went to like in Germany to a tournament where some pro players or good players were playing, and that you really loved the tennis from the beginning when you saw it at the first time. And I was like, now you. So back then you were like, oh, I want to be like the pro players, and now you will probably see a lot of kids watching your matches. And is that something you want to achieve as well, that they think the same as you did?
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's actually that's how it was. Yeah, I was. I mean, I was training near Cologne. You know, it was a little club between Cologne and Bonn. Actually, that's where we live. And then I drove to Düsseldorf every year to watch that ARAC World Team Cup, you know, the national, like the tournament with all the nationalities playing each other, you know, championships and all the nations against each other. And I saw Pete Sampras there, Agassi playing, you know. I was running around as a kid with a big, I also bought this big tennis ball, and I was collecting autographs the whole day, you know. I was like, it started at 11. I was there with my dad and my older brother at like 10, you know, waiting for the gates to open, you know, and I sprinted and I wanted to be first one to get all the autographs, you know, and I was like, I didn't get it from like Tommy Haas yesterday. I need to get it today, you know, and that was my mission, and I try to get it as many as possible. And yeah, I was, I don't know, from the start, it was something special for me to be in this environment and to feel that energy on the tennis court, you know, to see them battling it out. And like, my idol was, of course, Roger Federer, but also actually Tommy Haas, you know, I was looking up to him, and I also always followed the German guys, obviously, you know, Rainer Schüttler back in the day, and Nicolas Kiefer, and other guys, you know, and Philipp Kohlschreiber, he was young at the time. And then, yeah, we went to Düsseldorf every year. It was for a week, you know, I was there like 5 days out of 7, you know, like to watch all the tennis, you know, and soaking everything in, you know, and watching all the matches from 11 a.m. until the last match, you know, getting all, it was fun, you know, it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to be one of them one day, you know, I wanted to be there on their stage and playing tennis matches like them. And now when I see the kids standing there at the court, you know, I mean, it's it reminds me of myself, you know, seeing them, you know. That's why it's really hard for me to turn some kid, how do you say, like turn it down, or to keep walking, you know,
walk away from them when they want a signature.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when they ask for a signature or a picture or whatever, I mean, it's not as much as maybe with Novak Djokovic, you know, but it's still, these kids, they don't care sometimes, you know. They see you with a tennis bag, they see you play on the court, they want an autograph and a picture, you know. And yeah, I try to give as many as possible. Sometimes, of course, it's not possible all the time, every single one, but yeah, it's fun, you know. And I know exactly how happy I was when I was young, and I got the autograph or a picture with someone, or somebody gave me his wristband, you know. I wouldn't wash it, and I would, because I was scared the autograph gets washed
really
off. You know, like, really passionate, you know. And I got the smashed racket of Nicolas Kiefer, you know. I had it on my wall, you know. And he smashed the racket. He gave it to me after the match. I was the happiest kid, you know. Yeah, and I really wanted to be part of that, you know. And that was my passion, and I really believed I could do it, you know. And through some different ways, you know, college, and then, because I didn't really play juniors, and then I played college, wasn't maybe good enough yet when I was like 18, and then that really helped me, that step in the US, to build my game, to get more tough, like mentally and physically, and then actually worked out fine. Yeah, that's nice.
Well, because when you were 12, I read that you went to Cologne to improve your tennis there as well. Right?
Yeah, exactly. From that little town, from that little village where I started, to the biggest city. I practiced in the city of Cologne. Yeah. Well,
was that with your parents? Did you still live at your parents' place?
Yeah, I still live with my parents, of course. Yeah, it was only 25-minute drive or 30 minutes, you know. And drove there. My mom drove me every day to practice.
Nice.
You know.
So they were supportive as well.
My parents were very supportive, which really helped. You know, they supported everything. You know, my mom was, because my dad was working. My mom was at home with us, with kids. You know, and she drove me everywhere. You know, like to every practice, tournament, whatever. And my dad would pick me up after work. Sometimes I had to wait there like 1 hour, 2 hours for him to pick me up, you know. And then, but I think he didn't miss a lot of matches of me in my life. You know, I think he missed like 5 matches live until I was 30 years old or something. Really? Maybe not the matches in college, you know, but he saw every match.
Wow.
On the weekends. He drove with me to the tournaments, and it was nice. They were very supportive, but not too over engaged or too competitive. You know, they didn't put too much pressure on me. They said, hey, as long as you're happy, you know, you're enjoying it, we're going to drive you there, we're going to support you in every possible way. And it was not easy sometimes, like also financially with 4 children, you know, like because tennis is an expensive sport, you know. It was not easy for us. Because my parents didn't earn like big money, you know, and with 4 children, all having different interests. You know, tennis very, yeah, like very expensive sport with practice, coach, courts, balls, equipment, and everything. Yeah, but somehow we found a way, and yeah, that was nice. You know, I never really felt pressure from my parents. Like you have to become a pro. You know, I said I want to do it.
It was your dream.
It was my dream.
Yeah.
You know, when we were, it was actually when we were watching Boris Becker playing Wimbledon when I was like 8-9 years old. You know, we watched Boris, and we were all sitting in the living room. I was sitting on the carpet in front of the couch, like I was almost like jumping into the TV because I was so into it, you know. And my whole family was there, like my grandma, grandpa, friends came over, and they watched every match of Boris. And I said to the whole family, like, one day I will play Wimbledon, and I will invite all of you to come there and support me. You know, and it actually happened in 2018 when we qualified. And I actually invited everyone.
Wimbledon, right?
Wimbledon, yeah. We qualified, and then played Wimbledon and lost in the third round with match points actually against Brian Sock, who won the tournament that year. Yeah. Lost in the fifth set, and they all came, like my whole family, siblings, brothers, sisters, cousin, like grandma. You know, they all came to watch, which was nice.
But in your story, I see like the beginning and a lot of passion. You want to be like the pros, then you do like maybe some like logic steps or logic, maybe not for a German kid to go to the United States. Maybe that's not something that's like happening all the time, but I think, and I saw a chart of all the college players who are playing the main draw of the Grand Slams now, and it's becoming bigger and bigger. But also along the way, you had some obstacles. I've read, like with you were focusing in the beginning on singles, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you had some issues with your knee.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, you decided because of the knee. I call it the knee problem to play doubles, right?
Yeah.
During, or how do you view your career? Like, how do you think your career would be if the knee problem wasn't there?
Yeah, that's a good question that I also ask myself sometimes, you know, like how good would I be in singles if I didn't have the injury? I'm not sure, you know. It's hard to answer that question because I never really tried in singles. You know, I came back. I mean, it was always my dream to become a tennis professional in singles, to be here at the Aussie Open and as a singles player, you know. But I injured my knee in my last season in college when I was like 22. And I knew, okay, after this semester, I'm going to start playing as a pro, you know, but I got the injury and I tore my meniscus, and then came back to Germany, started out, and I had my futures scheduled already, and I wanted to start playing, you know, but I had big pain in my knee, big problem, you know, I couldn't really run. I had to change my game, you know, my knee was swollen after a long match, and then I tried it for like almost a year like that. I didn't want to have surgery, you know, right away. And then because I was so happy to play finally after 4 years preparation of college, you know, to go on the big tour. And I got to like 780 or something in singles with changing my game with a lot of pain and everything, you know, after 1 year. And then I was like 300 in doubles at the time. And then I had the surgery. I tried again in singles for maybe 4 or 5 months, you know, but again, a lot of problems with the knee. And then I decided to go for doubles, you know. I modified my dream a little bit. I changed it. I said, okay, do I really gonna get to top 100 with the knee, you know, with the situation I'm in right now, you know? And I really asked myself, and I had a lot of time to think about it in the rehab, you know, 8-9 months rehab, you know, and and then I decided to go for doubles and said I probably have a better shot at playing the Grand Slams, playing all the big tournaments, and really make a living from tennis. You know, I think I would have maybe be in a situation ranking-wise, like where I'm like, I don't know, like 200, 300, 400, who knows? You know, I think I was decent in singles. I was not maybe a player that you say, okay, he's gonna go through the futures and challenges easily, you know, he's gonna jump and then play ATPs right away. I didn't have that big of a game in singles, but I was quite quite solid, I would say. Also in college, had some good success there, beating good singles guys that became top 100 afterwards. And I thought I had some good potential, but I also saw that I had great potential in doubles. I was ranked number 1 in doubles in college. I was like top 10 in singles, and then I said, okay, I'll go full for doubles. After the surgery, after the injury. And when I saw it's not really improving as much as I like, and then I played doubles and was improving fast and fast. I had a great knowledge from college. There you really learn how to play doubles. Like I had like zero clue about doubles when I came to college. In Germany, you never really practice it. You just care about singles, and you don't care about the doubles.
I think it's in the Netherlands. It's the same. Actually.
Is it similar there? Yeah. In Germany, it's like, okay, you win your singles. Oh, it's a great day. Oh, you lost doubles. Doesn't matter. Like, oh. Yeah. It's good if the team wins, but and in college it's a bit different. You start with doubles, so the doubles point becomes automatically way more important. Like it's a big difference if you start with the advantage into the singles matches. So they practice it so much and improved my doubles there tremendously, and really helped me for my career later on. And that's why I focus on doubles, and I'm happy I did that move. I didn't want to still play futures and challenges now, in singles.
No, actually. and when you see the path of your doubles career, I think that it went pretty good in the beginning. Like you started some futures, challengers, and then that moment in 2018 that you had a good run at Wimbledon, like, and then the next year. Like, how was that year? Like, I know it was pretty good, very good year.
Pretty good, yeah.
Very good year.
It was okay, yeah.
A lot of doubles players dream of a year like that. But why was 2019 such a good year? Like, not because of the results you had, they were great, but what made it so that you performed that good?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, we had some success on the challenges in 18. I mean, first of all, it was good to have a set partner. To play with the same partner all the time.
Kevin, right?
Kevin Kravitz. Yeah, we decided to start playing at the beginning of 18. And then played really well in 18. Like won a lot of challenges. Had a good run at Wimbledon 2018. From, like I said, from qualies, third round, first slam. Losing to the winners with match point, it gave us already a lot of belief that we can beat any team in doubles, really, and then we didn't get in the US Open afterwards because of the ranking. We didn't get in the Aussie Open because of the ranking. Just didn't make the cut yet. And then we won our first ATP event in February after Aussie Open in New York, which gave us 250 points to be safe in the main draws, and at the slams. And then we played French Open and we won it right away as an unseeded team, and our second Grand Slam together, first ever French Open, and I was absolutely crazy, really. I mean, what was the key for that year? I don't know. I mean, we had a lot of confidence coming from 2018, winning a lot of challenges and everything, and that belief from Wimbledon we had gave us a lot of confidence that run and that match, especially in the third round, and then kept improving, kept working, and we said, hey, we're really good actually, we're just coming up, but we were beating good teams already, and we can really make some damage on the big tour, and then that happened. I don't know. I mean, it's a mix, I think it's a mix of a lot of things. You have to have a good team. You have to have the game or the talent or whatever, and you have to have you have to be a little bit lucky, maybe also with the draw here or there, or you have to have some luck in some.
Of course, everything
kind of way,
like there are more stuff in the.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff involved. I mean, we won some close matches as well. I remember French Open third round, 7-5 in the third quarter, 7-6 in the third. You come through those matches, and you're already like, wow, we're in the semis. and
And the
everything else
energy
is
must be
bonus.
like
You know?
so high.
Energy was through the roof, you
Yeah.
know, and we had all the family there, we had a lot of people there supporting, and we were like, okay, hey, if we lose in the semis, it was already incredible, you know, so everything else now is a bonus. And we played free, you know, we were enjoying it, we were laughing in the
Nice,
matches,
man.
you know, we
Yeah.
didn't put any pressure, we were just playing free, going for the shots, you
Yeah.
know, and most
Nobody
of them were landing in.
expected-
You know? Nobody expected
No.
anything, you know.
I remember that I watched the match.
Really,
And,
yeah.
and I was like, who are those German guys? I never heard of them. Like, I know Zverev, but
Yeah.
who are those German guys?
Who the-
And then after that, I always recognize you guys playing. But it's
Yeah.
like, it came out of nowhere for everybody. But for you, like, it was
Yeah.
always a dream of yours.
Yeah, the
And-
dream. I mean, the dream was to be part of the Grand Slams.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really imagine winning it. You know, we were just starting. You know, like we were like, wow, we had goosebumps playing at the French Open first round. You know, and we're like, yeah, we were getting better and better round by round, and we were in the zone for some reason. Everything was going our way, and we were so loose and relaxed, enjoying, you know, having fun on the court, and our game was really strong already
Yeah.
at the time. You know, we didn't expect that. You know.
Sorry to interrupt this episode with Andy Mies. I hope you really enjoyed this inspirational story of him, and I want to give some attention to our progression program, because I believe that inspiration is the source where we can start to improve our game. It gives us the energy and the fuel to become better. But how can we become better? That's the journey I'm on, and you can join me on this journey where I connect with coaches around the world and try to connect with them to improve ourselves. What are the things we need to do outside of the court to be a tennis athlete? How can we improve our serve, our backhand, or maybe our tactical patterns? Or, as you know, the mental side of tennis. Tennis is super tough. It's a mental battle. But what are the tips and tricks you can implement in your game to improve your game, win more matches, and enjoy it while doing that? Now, we've built a progression program. The progression program is a platform for you as a tennis coach and for you as a player, where you can develop your game. So if you want to know more about it, then check out our website, go to the show notes, and let's continue to the interview with Andy. And I hear the belief, the confidence.
Yeah.
And I also read that you really like the book, The Inner Game of Tennis, right?
Yeah. I read it.
Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that was. I don't know if it was before or after. Yeah, I read it for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Is there
It's good,
something
yeah.
like? Is there some parts of you still know, or that you implement from that book, or?
Yeah, of course, not everything, but you take your pieces, you take some parts of the book, what you really think is going to help you. You know, you try it out. I tried some things out in practice in the matches, what can help me as a tennis player. And I think one thing that stood out for me was trying to play relaxed. You know, because if you force anything, and if you really, of course, we all want to win. You know, want to win badly, and nobody wants to lose. You know, but I think to try to stay relaxed in those big moments, you know, really helps. And that was one thing I learned, you know, that the tougher the moment, or the 6-all in the third tiebreak, and then you want to force the victory, it's not going to happen. And you have to try to stay relaxed in those moments. Easier said than done, you know, it's not always working for me also, you know, but I think that was probably one of the big things in the book, you know, to try to play relaxed tennis.
Nice.
Not putting too much pressure on yourself, you know.
Yeah.
I like that book actually. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
We read it.
Good stuff. You will read it. Yeah?
I read it too. Yeah.
You read it as well?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I read it as well. And it's funny to hear that I'm an amateur player, and of course, you know, but my level is I think a lot of players, club level players, are like, oh, I read that book, but no other pro player will read it because they are too good for that book. But I think that's not true, because there are always it's just the basic stuff, the fundamental stuff is the stuff that the pro players are doing every time, and in a good way, but still are practicing that, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes there's not such a big difference in like what you should do, but you are way better in it.
Yeah, I mean, you can apply that, I think, to any level. Huh? If you're playing amateur level, pro level, star, beginners level, you know, when you're 90 years old and still trying to play tennis, you know, you can always apply that and try to stay relaxed and just let it go, you know, and swing free. You know, I think it's always helping you. It doesn't matter which age, which level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of players. I don't know if a lot of players read it, but I know a couple other players that read it. I mean, it's not gonna. I mean, you're not gonna win a Grand Slam automatically because you read the book, you know. But it definitely has some good advice. You know, I mean, not all the advice I would. You take the parts that you like. You know, you try to take for yourself, and some pages I just flipped through it a little bit, you know, because I didn't like that part that much, you know. But I think overall it's a good book.
Yeah. And now the future, right now, the Australian Open this year, have you set some goals for yourself, what you want to achieve this year or the coming years?
Actually, I mean, I didn't really set a big goal for me, like for the Aussie Open now, you know, that I go into the tournament saying, hey, I wanna get to the semifinal, or I wanna get to the second week or something like that. You know, I think I learned that from the past that actually puts extra pressure on me. You know, if I say, hey, I really want to win the tournament, or everything below quarterfinals is a disappointment. You know, like I think that's the wrong way to approach it. For me personally, I think everyone has to find their own way. You know, but for me personally, it put too much pressure in the past when I said, because we won 2 Grand Slams and we made some other good runs, you know. But I think that when we won the slams and when we made semis at the US Open and everything, like Aussie Open quarters and Wimby quarters and whatever, I mean, I didn't really tell myself before the start, like I want to get there, you know. I mean, of course, you want to win every tournament you're part of, you know. I think in the back of your mind, you get to a tournament and you dream of winning. You compete to win the tournament, you know. But I don't have to tell myself that and keep reminding myself like I want to win that tournament. I want to win, because you're not going to win the tournament by telling yourself and talking about it all the time. You have to. What really helped us was focusing on round by round. It sounds pretty boring, but that's actually the best way, you know, to really focus round by round, because every opponent is really strong, you know, and there are no easy draws anymore, you know. And I come here and you know, we play Kokkinakis Popperin in the first round, and it's not an easy draw, you know. To play a seeded team afterwards, like it's too far ahead to think about the quarterfinals or the final, you know. Like I'm only focused on the first round, and then we go from there, you know. So not really a goal. Also not a big fan of ranking goals, setting before the season, like end of the year I want to finish in the top 20 or like this kind of stuff, you know. I think if you play well, if you do your stuff, if you work hard, if you believe, I think everything else comes by itself, comes automatically, you know. That's what I learned. And for me, it always put extra pressure when I know some players that like it, that say, okay, I need a ranking goal, I need short-term goals, medium, like how do you say, long-term goals and everything, you know. But I'm motivated anyway, you know. I don't have to motivate myself even more because of goals and rank. Of course, I have my goal in the back of my head when I was top 10. I would like to get back to top 10 in the world in doubles. I would like to keep winning some more Grand Slams, winning some more ATP titles, you know. But I don't have to talk about that all the time and think about it. You know, I do that I want to do that automatically, you know? So let's see. Let's go round by round here.
Yeah, nice. All right, and I got some short questions to finish. Okay. To finish it.
All right, let's do it.
Singles or doubles?
Doubles, I have to say now.
Clay, grass, or hardcourt?
Yeah, after the 2 Grand Slam wins, clay.
All right, and before?
Before I thought grass was my favorite surface, but then no, I grew up on clay. It's the most natural for me, I think. Yeah.
All right, Rafa, Djoko, or Federer?
Federer.
Night out with the boys or date night?
Night out with the boys.
All right. Serve or return?
Serve.
Baseline game or at the net?
At the net.
Right. And your favorite partner to play with?
Mike Bryan, probably.
Yeah. The opponent you never want to face again?
Good question. Good question. I would like to face Mike Bryan again, actually. He was probably the toughest opponent I faced. We lost always very close a few times, like I said, in match point. I'd like to get the revenge, but he retired, unfortunately.
He was really tough.
He was tough to play against. The Bryan brothers were not easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I guess I don't want to face Novak Djokovic again in doubles because he made every single return and it was pretty annoying.
Oh, yeah. Your favorite meal before a match?
Pretty boring. Chicken, rice, vegetables.
Yeah.
It's
all right.
Yeah.
And your cheat meal?
My cheat meal. I'll go with some. I'll go with some Stroop waffles, the Dutch Stroop waffles, or maybe some
nice
the Dutch fries. You know,
oh, yeah.
The fries.
Nice, that's great.
Say it for you, Hugo.
Thanks.
I have a lot of cheat meals, but that's nice.
Yeah. And this is the last one. Your number one tip for the club player?
Just have fun and compete hard.
Yeah, nice, man. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Hugo. I like it too.
You need to go to bed now.
I need to go to bed. It's too late. I have to be ready for tomorrow practice.
Good luck. Thank you. And,
thanks, Hugo. It was a pleasure.
For the people listening, thank you for watching or listening, and go and court yourself.
It was fun. Thanks, guys.
Nice.
Take care.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.